Hi guys, welcome back to the IMAT test. We were left with number 16. The bar chart below shows the number of endangered species between 2000 and 2002 per animal class. So we have 2000 and 2002 period. So this is the time x-axis. And this is the number of endangered species, so the number of species, okay? Which of the following pieces of information can be inferred from the bar chart above? So we want to think about the chart above and to confront these answers, these statements to the actual graph. So the number of endangered species of mammals remained constant over the 3-year period. So the number of mammals is the first rectangular. So we can see that the number of mammals has not remained constant. It has changed in the year 2001. So letter A is not our answer. Letter B. More species of bird became endangered over the 3-year period than any other animal class. So the most endangered species over the 3-year period was actually the bird class. So let's see. Birds has become more and more endangered, like we can see from this graph. I'm not that great at okay, we can see that it has become more and more endangered. But is it true that is the species that became more and more endangered? So let's see, for example, amphibians. Amphibians has become more and more endangered as well, and maybe at a greater rate than our bird one. So let's look at the other answers. The number of species of insect that were endangered was almost equal to the number of species of fish that were endangered over the 3-year period. So we have to take the insect and the number of fish. So insect and fish were almost so yeah, we can see that was almost there. So letter C is interesting. We say that letter B is not true, because if we see the number of amphibians has grown at a greater rate than the number of birds, so we can actually eliminate letter B. Letter D. The number of endangered species of reptile increases over the 3-year period, while that of amphibians decreases. We see that the number of amphibians increased, and we see that the number of insects has lowered over the 3-year period, so we can eliminate letter D as well. Letter E. In 2001, there were exactly, this is a bad word. When you see exactly, usually the answer is not that, because exactly In 2001, there were exactly 4 times as many endangered species of birds as that were endangered species of reptiles. So in 2001 we have birds. Okay, birds was 1,200, and the number of reptiles was about 250. So 4 times this number is equals to 1,000. It could be 275, but it's not exactly, we can see it's not half this number. It's not over here, it's a little bit lower, so it's not exactly 1200. So we can eliminate letter E as well. So our answer is letter C, that the number of fish and insect remains almost constant. Number 17. A 300 grams packet of Scottish oatcake has the following information on the side of the packet. So we have this label, this food label. How many oatcakes are there in a packet? So we have some conversion factor over here. We know that each oatcake contains this number, for example, of energy, of kilocalories. So we can take, for example, the 100 grams value, that is 462, and divide this number by 60. If we try, for example, to multiply 6 times 8, we will get 48. And this number is closer to 38 than, for example, 6 times 7, which is equals to 42. We can see that this number is closer to 48 than 42, so we can conclude that this number will be something like 7.7 or 7.8 down that line. We have to remember that at the IMAT test we are not allowed to use any calculator or any any device that actually can make this division perfectly. So we have to use this approximation. So we can approximate that this number is 8. At this point, we have to keep in mind that this number is not perfectly 8, but we have another factor, that a packet of Scottish oatcake. So each packet, so we have one packet, or better, we have 300 grams each packet. So we have one packet that contains 300 grams, and we have to multiply this by we know that every 100 grams we have 8 oatcakes. So if we multiply these numbers, we will get that we have 24 oatcakes each packet. But if we recall, 24 was a rounded number. The actual number was something less than 24. So we can conclude that 24 is a rounded number. So we have to actually subtract something. And like we said, this number was a small number. So it's not 21, it's not 18, it's not 24, because we conclude that 24 is not our number because we have rounded this number, and it's not 29. So the number we are searching for is 23. And so this is the exercise.